Hi, everybody. Chuck here again. Topic today on tap for this video is putting together the change management plan. And as always, not going to use ASCM PowerPoints, as well as this is kind of Chuck's interpretation of what he sees from his learning. Wanted to share it with you to helps you in any way as well as it helps me prepare for the exams for myself. So, when we look at this change management plan, of a course, we need to figure out, hey, what's going to be required. So we have to understand what people know, what they don't know about it, and assess and figure out what those requirements are. And a good caution by the material as well is we should give significant time and effort to the change management approach, documenting the assets that will be used, the tasks that we will perform, processes that will be employed in getting people to change or helping people change. So it's one of those areas taking the time to do it right the first time, especially as we're going to be involving the people who are going to have to do the work, quite frankly, down the road as far as that goes. One of the textbooks that we've got for references by Paul Dittman, the book's called Supply Chain Transformation. It talks about four big causes of resistance: political barriers, so the politics of the work; impermeable functional barriers, so very insulated silos in departments that we've been unable to get in and understand, or unwillingness, or we've only lived this way forever. Those become or a cause of resistance. Or communication process. We talked about in a previous video. If you don't include me where I need to be included, I'm going to be hesitant to be part of that process. And lastly, this is always a challenge. How do we sustain what we've learned and changed? How do we make it stick? And so that becomes a challenge, and it's got to be part of the figuring out the change management plans. Getting buy-in, of course, could involve different skill sets from you. You may need to bring on board political skills, analytical skills, people skills, leadership skills. I know we talked earlier about change management and what my opinion was on what are those different leadership skills. But ultimately, we need to get buy-in from the folks who are taking over the processes, and it's necessary for them to take ownership from an overall standpoint. So we can fail to achieve the results, and it can result in overall failure, even though we implement everything, if we're not getting the buy-in to the process. Okay. So it also means part of the change management process has to be any training in training management that has to go on in this process, because folks want to feel comfortable with those new tasks that they're going to be performing. They want to feel that they're capable of doing what they're being asked to do. And that goes a long way towards comfort as well. We also need to capture, as a good caution too, the tacit knowledge, what's in people's heads about the jobs, processes, and we've got to find ways to capture that, share it with others as necessary, which means ultimately a training needs assessment's got to be done. We've got to identify performance requirements for a given task, a role, perhaps the division, the organization, and what knowledge, skills, and abilities are needed to allow people to learn that and get the confidence that they can do and perform the new work.